him call you back?
This is Diane. No, he'll probably be busy tonight. No, thanks anyway. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello?
Hello, it's just me again. I decided to call back.
Okay, let me go get on the phone, okay?
I just need to talk, or I need somebody else to talk or something.
Oh, what's up? What's the problem?
I'm just lonely. Ever since Christy's been around, I've had somebody. And it's just really hard. They spoiled me, I guess.
Well?
I always had somebody to say I love you or to hug me or something.
Well, you're still living with your parents, aren't you?
No, it's not the same. They don't say I love you and they don't hug.
Well.
I need...
What's that?
My kids.
Well, Diane, you're not going to get them till all this shit's over with.
I know.
I mean, that's all there is to it. And the last, or I don't know if it's the last one, or if it's the one you sent me, or I don't know which one, but one I read, but you know, it's even looking worse for you.
Why?
Well, it says you ran over Danny and with the car, and...
No, that's what they're teaching Danny to say. Danny didn't get run over by a car. That's what they're teaching him to say.
Well, I don't know if I can go along with that. I don't think they're kids ain't going... Well, I don't know about Danny. He's just 3 years old. There ain't no telling what he'd say.
They know what happened to Danny. They know what happened to Christy. I guess I just get tired of all the publicity.
Well, you gotta keep your ass off TV and don't talk to the fools.
It wasn't... You know what happened the last time? I went down to the sheriff's office Friday just to tell him, just to talk to him. They said I'm not cooperating. So I went down there to try and help out again and to tell him either throw me in jail or give me my kids back. Somebody put that on TV. I don't know how they found out about it. Somebody...
Well, that was in the article you sent me.
What?
That was in the article you sent me.
I know, but not that I went to the sheriff's office.
No, you throw me in jail or let me have my kids back.
Yeah, I've been saying that for a long time. I went down to Burke's office, the main guy, and told him that. Somebody put it on TV and some lady called and she says, "You have really got a lot of guts." And I said, "Why?" And she says, "I don't know of anybody else that would go to the sheriff's office and say, throw me in jail or give me my kids." So that's what's going on. Everything is so crazy here. The guys, I went back to work, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
And you were right. As long as I just get out there and go to work, my legs will be fine. My legs don't hurt anymore. Will do. But every day, somebody picks me out and says something to me, usually about 3 people. And guys come up and they just think I'm fantastic because I'm standing up to the police force. And the women all think I'm great because I'm a woman and I'm doing it. And the little kids don't say mean things to me anymore. You know what they say now? Are you that lady with the kids that got shot? And I say, yeah. And they say, wow, I got to go tell so-and-so. Guess who I saw today? That lady, she's famous. I just get so tired of it. Today I was taking lunch. I'm still on the walking route. And I sit under this great big old shade tree to eat my lunch. Well, I don't eat, but to sit there and have a Coke. And I was just sitting there thinking about Cheryl and everything else. And some lady came walking up and just sat down and cried with me. People I don't even know. But it just isn't the same. Nobody knows Cheryl like Christy and Danny. I can't just talk to anybody about that.
Well, there's nothing you can do about it either.
I know.
You know, how come you waited, this is something else I read in the article, how come you waited so long about telling them that the picture you gave them wasn't the real person?
I didn't even tell them. I told them at the very beginning, the second day on Friday, when Tracy was doing the drawing. I told him right then it wasn't right. He was just being an asshole and impatient, so I said, fine, just put it in that way. And the reason I waited is because I figured they'd still at least look for the guy, and then if they started bringing in a bunch of people, I could still pick him out, because the eyes and nose and mouth were right. And then people started calling us because the sheriff's department wasn't calling them back. So I started going out and looking at people that they were calling in on, and everybody they were seeing was fat. And he wasn't fat. So I decided to just have a new picture made. My brother did it for me.
Oh, no, that's what you told me.
But everything's the same except that he's not fat. His hair doesn't look like straw. This whole world's gone crazy. I don't know what's going on.
No, Diane, the whole world ain't going crazy. The whole world's just the same as it always is, always was, and always will be.
Then how come? Never mind.
Well, what do you mean, never mind? How come what?
How come I'm so alone?
Well, you chose that, Diane. You left and went to Oregon.
I know. I know. I wish I never had.
Well, it's, you know.
God, everything would be so different. I'm not staying here when this is over. I hate this place now. It's still really pretty and everything, but God, today some little kid asked for his nail on 836 Chestnut or something like that, birch. And I gave it to him. This is for his birthday card. And I handed him the mail and he says, all right. He opened it up because it was supposed to be money or something, and I was walking down the street and he says, thanks, Mrs. Downs. God, everything knows me and I hate it. I can't go anywhere without... I don't know. All I want is my life to be normal. I don't want anybody to know me. I just want my kids. I want somebody to hug me and give me a kiss every day. And say I love you. Cheryl used to blow up balloons and write I love you, Mom on it. Cut me roses. Chris used to write poems. The poem I told you she wrote for you, I didn't tell you what it was. Well, I think I told you what the poem was, but she drew a picture with it. And she says, Mom, I want to write Nick a poem. What should I write? And I said, I don't know. She says, well, you always write him neat stuff. I want to write him something neat. And I said, I don't know, Christy. It has to come from you or just something that somebody else wrote. She says, well, give me one that you wrote. And I decided that my poems were a little bit over her head since they were personal. So So I just told her the one that I always told you about. Don't let people decide for you what I'm like. Look at me yourself and decide. So I told her that poem and wrote it down. You know what picture she drew with it? She drew a picture of you. It was really good, too. I'm amazed. Well, she looked at the pictures on the TV. Your pictures used to sit on the TV. And she drew a picture of you. And then she drew a little thought bubble above your head. A picture of me. I thought that was really neat. She wanted to send it to you, but I didn't think you'd appreciate it, so I saved it. But I need that. My God, my kids are the only people that love me no matter what. I know you used to really care, and you even love me, but it's when it's convenient for you. And they always love me no matter what. Even when the supper was burned, or even when I was late from work, they never questioned like Steve used to. And if I screwed up, they let me know about it, but they never harped on it. I'm sorry. God, I miss them. Why did all this have to happen? Who could hate me that much? I just don't understand. I cried all day yesterday. My brother's been really good. He's been trying to help. He took me out to the movie again. But it doesn't go away. I'm so lonely. God, I just want somebody to hug me and tell me everything's going to be okay, even though it isn't. I guess I really hurt because I've been thinking about Cheryl a lot lately. I miss her. And I know how Christy must feel. She probably hurts, too. And she won't open up with anybody else. And she just keeps it inside. And they don't even care. It'd be so good for Christy just to be able to talk to me about it. A whole month now, God. I don't know. I don't even know why I called. I guess because you are the only other person that ever truly cared about how I felt. I don't know. I guess I just wanted you to say everything's going to be okay or something. I don't know.
Well, I can't say that, Diane, because I don't know.
I know.
I know I'm getting fucked with again by the police.
Why?
Well, I don't know why. They called me the other day on the phone.
When?
Shit, I don't know. It's either Friday or Saturday.
I'm sorry. What'd they want this time?
Well, they want to know about the guns.
Maybe I just shouldn't call.
Well, I just... You know... Somebody ain't telling somebody. I mean, you're either lying to me or you're lying to the police or you're lying to both of us or I don't know what. But something ain't right.
You don't trust me, do you?
Well, I basically just trust me. And I just, you know, I don't know. I'm not interested in I personally don't even want to be involved in this shit, but I am. There's nothing I can do about it.
I'm sorry.
Well, you know, I'm already involved. What can I say? I mean, I don't, you know, they're not back down here as far as I know, but...
Yeah, they are.
Okay, well, I haven't seen them in person. I've just talked to them. I don't know where they're at.
My dad went on the radio Saturday and he found out that there are 3 investigators on the job. And one of them's in Arizona. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. They lied again, so I'm not going to be cooperating again. I went down Friday to try and help them out, because they sent a couple guys to my dad's office to tell him to lay off, you know. And then they wanted to talk to my brother, too. And so I went down to the sheriff's office and talked to Sheriff Burks. And asked him if he had any questions. Why doesn't he talk to me? And I just talked to him for about 3.5 hours, and I explained everything all over again. Told him that I would help if I could. Told him everything. My God, I must have told the account at least a dozen times. And my brother that day talked to him, and he asked where Tracy was, because Tracy's the prime investigator on this case. And
I don't know who that is.
He's a dip. Anyway, they said Tracy was sick. Well, it seems that there are 3 guys on the case. One of them's in Arizona, and 2 of them talked to Paul, so they lied to Paul. They said Tracy was sick when what was really happening was Tracy was in Arizona. So they lied, and I don't like lying.
Well, I ain't heard from no Tracy, so I don't know.
So I don't know what's up. They seem... See, in the beginning, that gun wasn't important. They didn't even ask me about that gun. Matter of fact, they never did ask me about that gun. I finally went to them because Steve told them that I had a gun, another gun.
Well, the 22.
Right.
Well, you told me you gave it back to Steve, but,
right.
You know, Diane, I just... You know, I saw that gun before he left. You took it to Arizona with you. If you gave it back to Steve, Steve would have said, yeah, I got it.
I didn't hand it to his hand.
Well, how'd you give it back to him then?
Put it in his truck.
Oh, Diane. How come every time I talk to you, you tell me something different?
I never told you I gave it to him.
You did. You swore he went on and told me you gave it to him a week and a half before he left.
Right, I stuck it in his truck. You want to know the story about that gun?
Okay.
That gun was a gun that Steve got in a trade for a car, I don't know when, sometime after we were divorced.
Okay.
Whether you want to believe it or not, I am afraid of Steve. I act mean, but I am scared of him. He has given me reason to be absolutely terrified of him. As a matter of fact, the sheriff brought to mind something which I had forgotten. Steve put a gun to my head once and pulled the trigger, and it was empty. Scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, imagine it would.
Yeah. So anyway, as far as I'm concerned, guns are dangerous, whether they're loaded or not. And I didn't like Steve having that gun around the house, because he could come and use it on me. And he hated you enough, and he was angry at you enough, that he would kill me just for the sake of killing me, because I liked you instead of him.
Yeah, but at that point, you had the gun.
That's right. He took it back. I took it back again. I don't know how many times that gun went back and forth. At the last time, I took the gun and I hid it so he couldn't get it, because I didn't want him using it on me. Do you understand?
Yeah, I'm following what you're saying.
All right. When I left, I didn't want the guns. As I said, guns are dangerous. I used the 22 for target shooting. The 38 was locked up so that somebody wouldn't get hurt with it. I didn't want the damn 22. That's why I offered to give it to you.
I know, I remember that too.
You said yes. Then you said no. You don't like guns. I said fine. I still wasn't going to take it with me, so I got rid of it. And since it was Steve's gun, I gave it back to him rather than somebody else. But I did not tell him that I gave it back to him, because you and I were living together. I still didn't want him to come and take me out while he had the chance. Is that clear?
Well,
I hope I never have to go over that stupid gun again. That gun, I swear to God, that gun has never been more important until the past 3 days.
Well, you know why it's important, don't you?
No, I don't.
Well, because it's the same caliber that your children were shot with and you were shot with.
Then what? Good God, there must be 20 million of those 22 handguns in this world. Why is it so damned important? What's going on that I don't know about?
I don't know. That's what I want to know. Why do they keep fucking with me about it?
I don't know. Why do they keep fucking with me about it? It wasn't even the same damn gun that shot my kids.
It was the same caliber. Well, you got to agree on that, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. You know,
I just don't understand why that one specific gun is so damned important. Why that one?
Well, because it's the same caliber, Diane. Jesus Christ, you're smart enough to figure that out.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm just tired of waiting and waiting. The attorney says, take it easy. Every day that you wait means that much more money.
Yeah, well, I don't have a whole lot of use for attorneys.
Well, I don't want the money. I want love.
And, you know, I don't know your attorney. I never met him. I don't even know what his name is. Huh? Oh, that's right. You told me. One for the lawsuit and one for the murder charge.
No, for Chrissy. Never mind. You've never followed this from the beginning. I don't think you really want to.
I don't like being fucked with.
Well, I can't stop that now. I don't know who did this.
Well, Diane, look, let me phrase it again. You've got one attorney to represent you.
Right.
In case you get indicted.
Okay.
Because of this, right?
I'll take that one, yes.
Okay, and you have another attorney for the lawsuit.
Yeah.
That's just what I said a minute ago.
I know.
Okay, am I right or am I wrong?
You're correct.
Okay.
I'm sorry, God, I don't sleep. My feet still hurt. You were wrong about that.
Well, it takes time.
I guess so. I got my big cast off. Got a little cast on, up to my elbow. My arm is healing. It's getting all fuzzy in between the break. Something's growing in there. He told me I'm supposed to use it like a regular arm now. Just don't pick up anything heavy yet. What else? I don't know. Next time I think I'm going to get the kids back. Steve called. Went Saturday. And gave me hell again. I guess that's what started this whole thing. He's blackmailing my family right now.
He's blackmailing your family?
Yeah.
With what?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay. Why aren't you going to tell me? What can he blackmail your family with?
You remember what I told you about that happened when I was a kid?
Yeah, you told me that all came out in court the other day.
Yeah, but not who did it.
Now, Diane, that doesn't make any sense.
They don't know who did it.
They don't know who molested you when you were young?
No.
Well, how could it come out in court and they not know?
Because nobody ever told them who. I didn't. My parents sure didn't.
Yeah, and so your daddy doesn't want your mama to find out.
She knows.
Well, then what's the big deal?
Everybody, I don't know, they got this family pride.
Well, I mean, what's happened is what's happened. There ain't nothing that can't be changed.
I agree. That's why Steve, he called me and he told me he was blackmailing me. And I just told him, fine, go ahead, I really don't care. No big deal, no skin off my neck. So he called my dad back. He told my dad he better shut up. And I don't know why. My parents have pulled back, though.
Well, your dad, you know, your daddy's putting his neck out on a limb. If this shit don't turn in your favor, it's going to look real bad for the boy, and he will not advance any further at all.
I know.
I mean, that's all there is to it.
It isn't going to turn out bad for me, though. You just don't understand that, do you?
Well, Diane, I read the articles, I listen to what you say. None of it jives. I mean, it just don't jive. I told you a long time ago that I hoped with all my heart that you hadn't done this. But every goddamn thing that comes
really care what looks good or doesn't look good. I know what happened.
Well, okay.
And I've never lied to you. I've never given you reason to doubt me, and yet you do.
Well, I guess maybe I just don't. You ain't told me everything, so without telling me everything, I don't know.
How can I tell you everything without looking at you?
Well, you can tell me, you talked to me on the phone a number of times before. You can talk to me now.
No, I can't, Nick.
Why not?
You're different.
I'm different?
Yeah.
No, I ain't no different. I'm the same person I always was.
No, you used to care. Now, I will grant you that you cared about you more than anybody else, but you sincerely cared about me. And I really think that you would try to sell me out if you thought that you could gain somehow.
I can't gain nothing.
I know, that's
There's not a damn thing I can gain. I ain't gonna make no money. I sure ain't gonna write no book, so I can't gain nothing.
It's just a phrase.
What would I gain,
No,
though?
you can't gain it, never mind.
Well, no, you see, that's what you do. You say, never mind, never mind, never mind.
You used to take the time to listen to me, and now you're always on the defense.
Well,
I would love to tell you everything that's going on. I would love to tell you in detail what happened that night.
I thought you already did. You didn't tell me what happened?
Yeah, I told you, but I didn't tell you in detail. If you want to find out what happened, though, just call the cops. They'll probably run it for you. I've put it on tape twice now. And they aren't going to throw me in jail, Nick, in case you were interested. Do you know why?
Why?
I didn't do it.
Okay, then, you got nothing to worry about. What is the problem?
Nothing. Nothing that you can help at all. Do you even remember why I called?
Because you were crying and needed someone to talk to. Yes, I remember why you called.
Why was I crying?
Because you didn't have anyone to talk to and you wanted to have someone tell you loved you and you need someone to hold you. And there's nobody around anymore.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. See, I remember.
How about
I'm not a dummy.
I know you're not stupid. That's what you aggravate me so bad, because you aren't dumb.
Well, I know I'm not dumb, Diane, and you're not telling me something. And that's why I'm on the defensive, because I don't want my ass thrown in the middle of this shit. Yeah, look, I'll probably get my ass thrown in the middle of it any damn way. You're just not telling me something.
One of these days I will.
Well, what's wrong with right now?
I guess I just don't trust you anymore.
Okay, well,
I used to. I don't trust anybody anymore.
okay, well then you must be real guilty about something.
No.
Because that's the only reason you get that way.
No.
Yes, it is, Diane. You know that just as well as I do. Because you worried.
I'll tell you what I wasn't going to tell you.
What?
And don't you tell anybody. Not even Charlene.
What weren't you going to tell me?
I don't know who shot me and the kids. I don't know. Should I tell you? I don't know who shot me and the kids, but they knew me. Don't you ever tell anybody that. I don't know who did it, but when I find out, I swear to God.
Well, Diane, see, you're still not making any sense to me. If you don't know who did it, then how would they know you and you not know them? Doesn't make any sense.
It makes a lot of sense. Somebody sent somebody. Why do you think I've been so upset lately? I know people don't like me. And there's a lot of people that just plain hate me.
Well, so what? You're not going to send someone to shoot your kids. Steve wouldn't send anybody to shoot the kids. I wouldn't send anybody to shoot the kids.
I know you wouldn't.
Charlene wouldn't send anybody to shoot the kids. She loves kids.
I don't think she would either.
So, who's left? If somebody sent somebody to shoot the kids, that costs money. Ain't nobody down at the post office gonna pay to have your kid shot.
I'm sorry I even called.
Well, Diane,
I should never have told you that. Please, don't.
Diane, just tell me, what are you trying to tell me? You go around and around and around, you don't tell me shit. I get calls from the cops. You call me, everybody's going around and around, nobody tells me shit. What the hell is going on?
I don't really know. All I know is what happened to me that night. And I swore that I would never tell anybody. Because I'm not going to implicate somebody unless I know who did it. And I don't know who did it. And
Well, then how do you know that it's somebody that you know? That's what I'm asking you. Do you know this bushy-haired stranger?
No, he didn't have bushy hair.
Well, whatever, you
I
know.
know, the newspaper plays it up.
I know. All I know is what I read and what you tell me. And all the shit that what I read and what you tell me don't match. I mean, I'm asking, Diane. I'm just asking. You know, I'm getting my share of hassle. I mean, I'm not getting as much as you, I'm sure.
Huh?
I'm not getting as much hassle as you.
Any hassle at all.
Well, so maybe I'm getting more than you.
The only hassle I get is I don't get my kids back and I didn't hurt them. And
Okay.
that's a hassle.
So I don't think anybody from here would do it. Do you think someone out there did it?
No.
Did you piss somebody off?
No.
Well, now what are you trying to tell me, Diane?
I'm trying not to tell you anything.
Oh, you're doing a damn good job of it. I'll grant you that. You're doing a damn good job of it, because you ain't telling me shit.
I think there was a time I would have, because I would tell you anything. I used to tell you everything. Whether it made you angry or not, I told you. I really don't know what to tell you. I don't know who. I don't know who. And I don't understand, and I can't tell you anything because I can only give you half of the story, and that's what I've done, and that's
why I don't know what the hell's going on. That's why I'm asking all these goddamn questions.
Neither do I. I don't know what's going on.
Well, you know better than anybody.
What?
You know better than anybody what's going on.
No, I don't, because I don't know who sent... Never mind, it sounds ridiculous. I'm not even going to say it.
Well, say it. I mean, if it sounds ridiculous after you say it, I'll sure tell you.
I know you will. And it's true, so I don't want to say it because you'll say it's ridiculous. That's why I never...
But just say it.
God, Nick, I trusted you once, and I don't know if I could now. If I knew who did this, and I could prove it, I would. But I don't know who, and I don't know how to prove it.
So you don't know anything, then?
Yes, I do.
Well, Diane, you tell me you do, and you tell me you don't. Now and you see, and that's what you've been doing.
I know what happened.
Well, you should. You were there.
Yeah. I guess what really is in my mind right now is that I know I didn't do it. Therefore, I know they can't prove that I did it. They can't throw me in jail. And that's all I'm worried about. Since I don't know who did it, I don't know who to tell them to look for. I'd rather ignore the whole thing. and make sure that it never happens again.
Oh, Diane, you're crazy sometimes. You're real crazy.
See, I knew that's what you'd say.
If you know who did it...
I don't. If I did, I would tell them.
Oh, Jesus.
I've been trying to figure out who would have the most to gain.
Nobody. Ain't nobody'd have anything to gain by killing your kids.
That's right. It would have to be something crazy. Right?
Well, yeah. I mean, ain't nobody gonna make no money on it.
Not that I know of. Steve might. I don't know.
Well, how could he? Unless he had insurance policies on him.
Right. I think he did, but I don't know.
Well. And then he's not gonna make that much, not enough to justify shooting somebody.
That's right. So there had to be another reason.
But what? What's the reason?
I don't know yet. That's why I haven't...
Oh, Diane, you know damn well. You're just not telling me. That's fine, that's fine. You know, whether I'm looking at you or whether I'm on the telephone, I know when you're not telling me everything. I mean, that's just all there is to it. I'm sorry. I just know.
You know why?
What?
You know me better than anybody.
Probably so.
Then how come you think I did it?
Because everything points in your direction and you ain't told me nothing that changes it.
But you know me better than anybody.
That's right.
So I wouldn't do that. What did I tell you when you came back? No. Yeah. No, before you left for Texas. What did I tell you about the kids? I'll tell you since you can't think that far back.
Yeah, tell me.
You were talking about leaving Charlene.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, don't do it. And you said, why? And I said, because the kids have moved back in with me, and I'm not letting them go again. Right?
Yep.
Okay. You said, that's okay. It doesn't bother me. The kids aren't bad. They're fine. They're well-behaved, etc., etc. It doesn't bother me. You moved out anyway. But as you recall, I chose the kids over you.
Okay.
And if I chose the kids over you back then, why in the hell would I shoot them now?
I don't know. I'm just asking you to tell me why.
I wouldn't. That's why I'm saying you know me better than anybody. You've been with me and seen things that nobody else has ever seen or heard. And you of all people should know that I couldn't do that. I guess that's why I keep talking to you. Because you should understand. You should know the truth. And even if you don't get up and stand on a street corner and try to defend me, I'm not asking you to do that. It's not in your nature.
Well, if there's no corner to stand on out here, it's going to do you any good, Diane.
I agree. But when I talk to you, I never expected you to condemn me. I expected you to turn your back until whatever. The end of eternity.
I just can go on what you've told me and what I've read, and it don't match. I've told you that 100 damn times. I just want you to tell me. Just be honest with me and tell me. Then maybe I can sincerely believe in you 100%. I mean, I'm just getting fucked with too much, you know, and you're not telling me anything, and I don't know what the hell to think.
That's why I don't tell you anything. Because you are getting screwed with. You'd sell your own mother.
Hey, no. I don't much care for my mother, but,
That's true, I forgot.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to anybody. That's just me. I suck it up faster and take my lumps and bruises. I don't rat on nobody, you know, I don't do that shit.
One of these days, Nick, I will tell you everything that happened that night.
Why can't you tell me right now? What's the big deal?
Because I don't know exactly who did it, damn it. And until I know who did it, I don't know the end of the story.
Well, what's the beginning of the story?
Somebody knew that I was going to go down that road. Or maybe the other road. Maybe there were two people. Who the hell knows?
That you were going to turn off the main highway and go down that little road?
There was only two roads going home. The
Yeah.
little road and the main road.
I know, I've seen the map. who would have known you were going to turn off that road?
No, but if they put a person on each road, there's no way they could have missed it.
Okay, I agree with that. I can go for that so far. But who would want to do it?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Steve hates my guts.
Yeah, but he wouldn't shoot the kids.
Steve has had 3 girlfriends in the past year that thinks that Steve is just fantastic except for one thing.
What's that?
Steve has kids. Steve is supposed to be paying child support.
He never paid that to begin with.
I know that. But
You never turned him in, so it's no big deal.
What?
I mean, you never turned him in for not...
I agree, but if I ever did turn him in, he'd be up the creek for a fortune. And Steve is also crazy, Nick. You don't know him, damn it.
I know he's crazy. I've talked to him several times. I know the boy's crazy.
He never liked Cheryl. He just plain didn't like Cheryl at all. Christy was a waste of his time because she was so quiet and so good and so passive.
Okay, and he loved Danny, and Danny wasn't even his.
Correct, that's it. Danny wasn't his. And Mark keeps popping up every once in a while.
Well, he's the boy's daddy. I mean, hell, you know he's going to pop up. So you basically think Steve set it up?
I don't know. Tim or Greg or one of his other friends. Greg hates me with a passion. His Greg, not my Greg.
Sometimes you really confuse me, Diane. You just really confuse me.
I know the person used my name. Made a reference about my tattoo. That means the asshole knew me.
The one that shot you?
Yes.
Well, why didn't he kill you? That's, you know, I'm curious. I'm just asking. Just tell me.
I don't know either, except maybe I wasn't supposed to get shot at all. How would it look if Mother is out joyriding? Children all get shot. Mother takes kids into the hospital, not hurt at all.
Well,
What the hell is it going to look like?
It's going to look real bad.
That's right, damn it. And if I get shot, I'm dead. No revenge. If I have to go through hell on earth, losing my kids and being blamed for it, what more could somebody do to me?
Okay, so you're just pointing basically at Steve.
Steve or Greg or somebody he knows.
Well, why Greg? Just because he hated you?
Greg tried for 2 years to get me and Steve divorced.
Well, okay.
He also hated the kids. He hated Danny with a passion. When Danny was born, you could have seen the poison in his eyes. And every time Steve would take Danny someplace, Greg played along with it, but he hated Daniel. Guess what else?
What?
Greg took off with $4,000 and split. Either Steve paid him or he really stole it.
Well, I thought Steve burned his trailer. That's probably where it came from.
No.
Well, okay. Diane,
Right. Don't tell anybody that, please.
Okay. Jesus, I just want to know what's going on.
I do too. I don't know who did it. And until I know who did it, I'm not going to try and implicate anybody. That person also said, if you ever tell the truth, I'll come back and kill you. That's why I'm asking you. I don't trust Steve or his friends.
Who said that? The guy that shot you?
Yes.
Diane, I suggest you take your ass right on down to the police department and tell them the truth. You know, if you don't, Diane, now listen. If you don't, you know what's going to happen? You're going to go to jail.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Do it and all the press.
I don't care if you did it or you didn't do it. You're going to go to jail. You better go tell them what you know. Because you're going to.
Why do you say that?
Well, because...
Because it looks bad.
Exactly.
You can't go to jail for looking bad.
Well, it's happened. Innocent people have gone to jail.
What do you know that you aren't telling me?
I don't know. I know what I read in the paper. I know what you tell me. I mean, you know, if you know something, go tell the cops. Shit.
They can't protect me.
Yes, they can. They can protect you just like they can protect anybody else. If that's what you worry about, you need to go tell them.
They don't know who to look for, though.
Well, if you told them, maybe they'd know.
No, because they can't just arrest everybody that hates me.
I know. Listen, can you hold on just a second? I got to piss like a racehorse.
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
I'm sorry if I upset you.
Well, you do upset me sometimes, you know, but Diane, if you know something, God, go tell them, you know, and I'm serious about what I'm saying. If you don't, and nothing else ever comes up, if nobody's found and shit, and all this shit goes to court...
I can still prove I didn't do it, whether they prove that somebody else did or not.
Okay.
Maybe I should tell I have told my attorney. Maybe I should ask him what to do. My attorney knows the truth.
Well, I don't really trust attorneys too much, but you do what you think's best. I mean, I just don't know. If there's something you know, you should go tell them.
What would they do?
Well, you might be surprised. Maybe they'd listen to you.
I doubt it.
Well, maybe they wouldn't.
I don't trust them.
I know, you don't trust anybody. Jesus Christ,
They
you
took
don't...
too long to put me away for this when it was obvious I didn't and couldn't do it.
Okay.
I didn't have the damn gun. I didn't have time to do everything they said. It's obvious to everybody that I didn't do it, yet they kept trying to put me away for it. Do you know why?
Why?
Because Steve was standing here feeding people everything, saying he knew I did it.
Yeah, but Steve knowing you did it don't mean shit.
It did, it did to them.
Well,
Everything to them.
maybe they're just playing along to Satan.
That's what my mom said.
Yeah, you know. Diane, if you know something, go tell them. If you don't, you're fucking up by not telling them. That's all there is to it. This ain't no game anymore.
I know it's not. It's my life.
Yeah, exactly.
It's my life.
You ain't gonna fool around and end up in prison if you don't come clean with these people.
Do you really think so?
I really think so.
You've never lied as far as I know. Maybe once.
I really think so. The shit ain't looking good for you. And if you know something, I mean, I don't care if you don't tell me. Fine, don't tell me. But you better go tell the people who are in charge of all this bullshit.
You're probably right. I wanted to tell him about a month ago, and that's why I asked my attorney.
Well...
He said, right now, let's just let it ride.
Yeah, well, what else is he going to say? The boy wants to make some money. I don't even know your attorney, but I know attorneys. He's out for the bucks. He don't give a shit if you go to jail or not. He's still going to have another case to try. It don't make a goddamn bit of difference if you go to jail to him. That just means one he lost. They all lose some on occasion.
I know he just lost one, but I expected him to.
Yeah, well, see, it don't make no difference. He's going to go on and try more cases. He's going to win some, he's going to lose some. It don't make no difference to him.
You know what?
What?
You're the first person to say that I believe.
Well, I know lawyers. I'd take all the lawyers and most of the doctors and line them up against the wall and shoot them. That's what my ex-brother-in-law used to say, and I have to agree with him.
Better be careful where you say that.
Well, piss on it. If they don't like it, well, they don't like it.
I have found lately that when you say that, they take it to heart.
Well, fine. That's their job, Diane. They're just making money.
I know.
It's just like being a mailman. If you don't file a change of address and we hold your mail for 10 days, piss on you. Your mail's going back.
Yeah.
You can't be fucking around with every damn son bitch in the world that don't want to file a change of address. Your mail's going back. It's the same with lawyers.
Speaking of mail, how's work?
Work is long and tiring. I work 6 days a week, damn near 10 hours a day.
And you don't want to be talking to me on the phone.
I didn't say that. I just said that I work long hours every day and go on like this probably till August. No, shit, August, September, October would be more like it.
Yeah. I like my walking route that I've been on.
Well, there's nothing wrong with walking routes.
Would you believe that I can do that route in 4 hours street time?
Well, you're a good mail person.
Yeah, but
You
that's
always have
because
been.
I have short legs.
Well, I don't care. You've always been good at delivering mail.
You're sweet. And I'm not saying that to flatter you, damn it. Every time I say something nice, you turn tail. Scared cat.
Yeah, maybe so.
Maybe so. I guess I still trust you.
Well, take your ass down and talk to the police and tell them what you know. If you think someone set you up, you know,
I know someone did.
well,
I
then,
just don't know who.
Well, you must know something more than you're telling me, or you wouldn't be saying that in the first place, Diane. I know you too well, you just wouldn't be saying it.
Why?
Well, because you wouldn't.
I have ideas, but I don't know who.
Well...
There were no names used other than mine. Anyway. Thanks for listening and letting me cry.
Okay.
The past couple days have really been terrible. I guess mostly because Steve called and gave me hell.
Well, don't talk to him. I mean, what's the deal?
You're right. But he was talking about the kids at first, and that was fine. I don't like the kids being in a foster home, and I don't know that he's the one that did it. And if he isn't the one that did it, I'd rather the kids stayed with him than in a foster home, because as long as I'm a suspect, they're not going to let me have them.
The kids ain't going nowhere till this is over and settled with. You, Steve, Foster, well, they're in the foster home now. But, I mean, as far as you and Steve, they ain't going nowhere until this is over with. I mean...
And what if it's never over? What if they never find out who did it?
Well, they're going to find out something. Eventually, one way or the other. Well, that's why I'm telling you, if you know something, go tell them. You're just making it go longer.
Not on purpose.
Well, okay.
I think I enjoy this.
Well, maybe just because you're not thinking. Well, start thinking.
All I'm thinking is that I don't know who did it. And I was told don't say anything.
Well...
And if they don't know who did it, and I don't know who did it, but it gets out...
Then what difference does it make if you say anything? That don't make any sense.
Because if it gets out in the paper that I was set up, and that person, whoever it is, finds out, I really don't think my life is going to be worth much.
Oh, Diane, Jesus.
I guess you've never had to worry about dying before.
Hey, listen, I worried for a year and 53
right.
days in Vietnam. I know about worrying about dying.
That's why I said it. I was trying to make you realize what I'm feeling.
Well, and then you can do something about it then.
You're right. You do care, don't you? A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I was beginning to think I couldn't trust you even. I really do feel like Alice in Wonderland.
Well, you're working yourself into a real Alice in Wonderland picture here. You need to shit or get off the pot. And if you know something, go tell them.
Yeah.
Listen, they want to solve this shit just as much as you want it solved.
I know they do.
And they're not doing anything because they ain't found out anything. And if you can help them, then that's what you need to do.
You're right. You really are.
And if you don't, Diane, just like I said earlier, you're going to get hung with it.
I know, and I don't want that because I didn't do it.
Okay.
I have a question. This is just about work again.
I'm listening.
I'm debating right now. I told you earlier I don't like it here. And I'm debating about... I know that I'm moving back to Arizona when the lawsuits are settled, at least. Because that's where I was born and raised, and so are my kids. And I just like it better there, and there's no publicity. Nobody knows me. But I've been contemplating coming back there and working for the next year. What do you think?
Well, you better talk to Bob Dunn. I don't know if you get hired.
Because I'm a murderess, right?
Well, the shit ain't too good for you at the moment, yes.
I hate people.
Well,
Everybody judges before they even know what's going on.
Brian, that's just the way the shit is. That's why I keep trying to tell you, if you know something, go tell the boys. Don't you understand? Are you not understanding what I'm saying?
I comprehend every word.
Okay.
But you didn't. I said when this is over.
Well, I mean...
My parents are moving, I think. Probably to California.
Well, I can understand. Your dad needs to get out of there, too. The shit don't look good for him.
Yeah. Oh, well, maybe I'll just stay here for a year.
Well, you're going to have to stay there for a while till it's over with anyway.
Oh, I know. That's true. I just meant when the suits are finished, or just one at least, I want to get out of the post office and spend time with my kids. take up my time.
Well, you need money to live on.
Oh, I know. I guess it depends on how much I make. If you invest it well enough, you don't have to work again the rest of your life. Good grief.
Exactly, but you got to win the dust first before you can live off it.
I know. That's what I said for a year. Do you know my brother has $25,000 and it's invested? You know how much money he makes every month on that?
Well, I don't know. Imagine enough to keep him going.
$250 a month. Just interest.
Mm-hmm.
Plus my kids will make over $500 a month for SSI. And that's only $25,000 for Paul.
Mm-hmm.
God dang, my kids will have... The kids and I'll have enough money that Danny can have all kinds of therapy and he can have a full-time nurse so that he'll be walking again. I'm not going to let him just sit in a chair the rest of his life. His legs move too much. There's no reason for... He can move his legs. He just doesn't feel it. And if they do enough therapy, the feeling will come back. And I'm not just going to let him sit there. And I talked to a nurse that saw Christy come see Danny once.
Mm-hmm.
And, no, you know what it was? Do you remember the last time I was talking to you and I had to cut you off?
Yeah, your lawyer called or somebody.
No, it was a reporter.
Okay.
But then somebody called and cut him off. And it was a lady. She had seen my kids at the hospital. And she said they're doing really good and Christy was doing good. And when Christy was leaving, she screamed out, "I want you, Danny," which means she's not real happy where she's at. She wants her family back together. But the nurse said that the first time Christy came to see Danny...
I thought Christy couldn't talk.
She can.
Okay.
She's doing good. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's all coming back to her, just like the speech pathologist and the physical therapist said that she'd be back to perfect normal by the end of summer.
Okay, well...
And I haven't seen her for a month, but it looks like they were right.
Well, if she can talk, then you're covered.
I know, because she said my mom didn't do it.
Okay,
That
then.
isn't covered, though, Nick, because they're trying to teach her how to say other stuff.
No, I don't. I just
I know
don't
you don't
believe that.
That's okay. I told the sheriff that, too. And he said he's going to investigate CSD because he says, we've heard some really bad reports about everything. And I said, I know, but there's no way Christy could say that because I didn't do it. So that means somebody's feeding it to her. And I explained logically why that couldn't happen. And he leaned on his desk and his face wrinkled up because they thought they had the case solved. And he said, and it made sense to him. Everything that I said made sense to him. It would be too long in detail to explain it all, but the way Christy said that she saw everything happen, there's no way in hell she could have seen it that way.
Okay.
Christy was sound asleep when everything happened.
Okay.
And I proved it to him.
Okay.
So he's going to investigate CSD because they are tampering with the investigation. They're trying to trump up stuff. See? They're screwing things around. Okay. But anyway, when Christy went to see Danny the first time, she walked in, and she hadn't seen Danny for 6 weeks, I guess. 5 weeks, 6 weeks. And she walked into Danny's room and started crying. Now, you don't know Christy that well, but that means she's happy. When she sees somebody and she laughs, cries at the same time, she is so happy, happier than anything. And that's what she did the first time she saw Cheryl, when Cheryl was first born. And Christy saw her for the first time. Christy's only 15 months old, and she started crying because she was so happy to see Cheryl. But when she saw Danny, she started crying. And Danny, then she just cried and cried and cried. And then Danny reached out and patted her on the back and rubbed her back and said, "There, now do you feel better?" I mean, my kids and I are so close, and everybody's so fucked up right now.
Well, that's just because of everything that's going on.
I know. I just want us to be back together because there is so much love for us, and they're trying to take it apart and call everything a lie.
Well,
They're trying to say I don't love the kids, and the kids don't love me. So stupid. I know you gotta go, and I need to get off the phone.
yeah, it's time for me to go eat supper. If you know something, Diane, go tell him.
I'm working tomorrow. I'll see what I can do after work.
Look, you can talk to them any time of the day or night. They're cops. I know you can talk to them anytime. They'll be there for you to talk to them if you want to talk to them.
You know, you really give me the strength and the courage to go and do it.
Well, go talk to them then.
I would love to tell the truth and get it all out. It'd be such a weight off of me.
Well, I don't know why you're not. You're being a fool by not telling the truth.
I told my brother about it a long time ago. He and my attorney were the only ones that knew. Now you do.
Well, I don't even know anything. You say I know. I don't know shit.
Good. Keep it that way.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you ain't telling me nothing.
Told you as much as I know.
Well, you know more. You know.
I don't say anything to anybody.
You know more than you're telling me, and I know that, and you know that.
No, I'm not.
Diane.
What?
You do. You're not telling me everything. I don't care what you say. I know you're not.
I'm not telling you everything that happened word for word, detail by detail, but I'm telling you what happened.
Okay.
It would take too long to sit down and explain it all.
Okay. I'll go tell the cops. They got plenty of time.
I love you, Nick. You're okay. I know I'm not supposed to say that. I needed to talk to you yesterday. I was going to write you a letter, and I just tore it up. One of these days I'll find a good companion. Then I can quit bugging you.
Okay.
Okay. I'll try not to call again for a while.
Okay.
Have a nice evening.
Thank you. You too.
I will.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.